I'm not here.
¿Qué pasa, Brian
Happy
Rogers?
Tuesday.
Orale.
I don't know what day it is. I'm a space cadet today.
Clearly.
I just want to say to Travis Webb, Justin Kitts, Cabbage, golfed yesterday. I swear to God, it's probably the best, most fun golf I've ever played in my entire life. Holy hell. We ended up at the Angle Inn in Dundalk. That doesn't go well. Eating chili dogs. So, yeah.
Do you like the Angle?
I'm floating right now.
How many chili dogs did you eat?
Half of one.
Half
shared
of
it with
one?
another man. Half of one. I Lady and the Tramped it with another guy. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, that's nice. We've got some breaking news. Jacoby Myers has been traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Raiders played the Jags 2 days ago, and I guess he just got traded right across the sideline. It's not huge news, but it just came out. So we do have the trade deadline this week, right? Or is it next
Today?
week?
Today.
It's today. Okay, yeah.
Today.
4 o'clock.
So we're going to be seeing some stuff. We've already seen a Ravens trade. Yesterday, we saw a couple Eagles trades. We've seen Logan Wilson get traded from the Cincinnati Bengals to the Dallas Cowboys this morning. So there's going to be some stuff going on in NFL trade deadline, in the NFL trade deadline circle while we're doing the pod, and we'll probably get a couple more updates while we're doing the pod, which is always fun. We get some breaking news. We need like a breaking news alarm bell or something.
I know, really. We need like a bell. Do me a favor, guys. I wasn't obviously I was golfing yesterday
like
and drinking a ton.
Yeah,
something like that. Can you fill me in? What Ravens trade did we make? I have no idea.
So we traded for an edge rusher named Dre'Mont Jones from the Tennessee Titans. He was a 3rd-round pick of the Broncos in 2019, I believe. He's got something like 22 sacks in his 5-6 year career. He's got 4.5 sacks this year. So not a crazy highly talented player or anything. He's on a 1-year deal. The Titans clearly are not going to be competitive this year. So just bolstering the defense a little bit, trying to get some more edge rusher options in there. Unfortunately, the guy we traded away, Odafe Owe, since he's gone to the Chargers, has 4 sacks in 4 games. So, of course, he had 0 for us, and, now he's producing for them. That could be coaching staff dependent. That could be other player personnel dependent. It also could just be he's getting more lucky, getting more opportunities over there. So a lot of things go into that. But as far as the Ravens go, this Dre'Mont Jones dude, I mean, I think he just brings versatility to the defensive line and gives us another option. I don't think he's going to be a world beater, but we didn't think Kyle Van Noy was going to be a world beater, and he's been the best edge rusher on the team for the last couple of years. So these small fringe moves are usually ones that we kind of nail. And I hope that's the case here. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's going back to the Owe stuff. I mean, I could care less what he's doing there now, honestly, because our defense has looked head and shoulders better since Lohi Gilman's gotten here. So, I mean, fuck him. We don't need him. We just got another edge rusher in. We're probably going to make at least one more trade, maybe 2 today. We have a ton of capital left. I mean, there's a ton of, we got 15 million in cap room, I believe, right now. So there's options out there. We might not be getting another edge rusher, but I think we get 2 other guys at least.
The big name on the market, I think, is Bradley Chubb, right? That's going to be the big edge rusher.
So far, because Phillips already went to the Eagles.
And if you're the Dolphins, if you already traded Phillips, do you even want to trade Chubb now too? Do you want to trade both of them? Yeah. I don't really know what their thought process is. They did just fire the GM. So whoever the interim GM is, they're going to be the ones making these decisions, I'd assume. I don't really know how that works. They also came out and said that Mike McDaniel is going to finish out the season as their head coach, regardless of the outcome of the games for the rest of the season, which I guess gives them some sort of stability, but it also kind of just makes me feel like he's a dead man walking. So I'm really interested in seeing what the Dolphins do this year and also in this offseason, because they probably need to get out of the Tua Tagovailoa business as quickly as they possibly can.
They can't with that contract. I mean, he's locked in there for at least next year.
Yeah.
Where they're going to have a heavy dead cap hit. Also, Brooks, do you have a bottle of bourbon in front of you or mouthwash?
Bourbon.
I think it's agave. Oh, it's mouth.
It's a bourbon.
What kind of bourbon is that?
It's a sample from Rabbit Hole. It's their high gold single barrel cask strength. So,
how'd you get that?
See how that goes.
Oh,
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Tell me, my friend Lindsay, because Lindsay works for.
Well, probably actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, because when we took care of took care of their animals while they were gone, she left us some presents.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you took care of their animals.
It was a while ago while they were out of town. But I'm sure this was probably in the care package, so that would make sense.
I'm so glad you guys have all become friends with her. She's awesome. Her and Anthony. I remember meeting Anthony the first time. You remember that steak dinner that we had?
Speaking of, we went to dinner like last week or 2 weeks ago, probably at this new place, and we were talking about that night. We were like, man, because we got steak there as well, and I was like, this steak is way better than the steak that we got that one night.
Yeah,
which that place has actually rebranded now, but same owners, just rebranded into like a Spanish tapas place or something like that. But yeah,
how much was that steak you got? Like $100, and it was trash.
Yeah, the presentation was good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the least important part for me, at least. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of NFL trade stuff to talk about today. While we're talking about the trade stuff, we saw Dallas play last night and struggle against Jacoby Brissett. And that, well, we saw.
Did we see it?
We were there, or they were there. I don't know if they played, but they were there.
All right, someone explain this to me.
YouTube TV and ESPN and Disney can't get their shit together. I can't watch Monday Night Football.
Oh, really? Okay. I never had a problem with this at all. I was at work and we have DirecTV and I didn't have any problems. I didn't even hear about it. Was it a big issue?
What is this issue, Brooks? Please.
So as of last Thursday, I think was when the cutoff line was for them to make a contract. Actually, probably November 1st, whenever that was. That's when the deadline was, and they didn't come to an agreement basically. And so basically what's going on, Disney and ESPN are going to YouTube TV once more, and they want more money from YouTube TV. Jesus Christ.
Holy moly. How much bourbon
can't talk today. I've had like 4 sips. But it is like 110 proof though. So I might need to watch it. So basically they went to them, they want more money, they want fair market value, whatever the fuck that means. Basically, and YouTube TV was basically like, no, we're not going to raise. That's basically going to make them raise their rates to the customers if they accept the deal that they want. They're like, no, we're not doing that. So it's, and ESPN and Disney have a little bit of an incentive here because they they want to push people to their app and their platform.
They want to push people to their own.
They want to get them to their streaming service. So I get why this is happening, but the backlash that I'm seeing online and on Twitter is not good. I mean, I've retweeted a couple things from Big Cat, and there's been a lot of big name people who are just, even JJ Watt last night was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll see the highlights and the score tomorrow. This is ridiculous. I'm not signing up for another service. So people are pissed, which makes me believe that this will probably get done sooner than later, you would think. But yeah, there's a lot of like celebrities and big name people that are really, really like, we can be pissed off at all we want, right? And we're not going to have any pull on this. So good on YouTube TV saying, go fuck yourself. Like, we're not raising our rates again.
Yeah, but also, how does this kind of shit happen in the middle of the season? Like, how do we not have this shit hashed out before the season starts? You have fucking 8 months every year to do this. Like, what are we doing?
I'm sure
You have that. You have the happiest place on earth with that fucking stupid rodent mouse that wanted to see absolutely, just squeeze water out of a fucking rock. So I hate this shit. I mean, we all cord cutted. A majority of the country is cord cutted now, and look where it gets us. Right back in the same fucking boat where you got to keep up and up and up and up. And the people that get fucked over are us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you know what's going to end up happening? Somebody's going to end up.
Go ahead.
Somebody's going to end up pulling all this stuff together again and making another cable network. Is really what's going to end up happening, and it's just over and over. It's what is time? Like we tried to cut the cord. We did cut the cord. Things got cheaper, but then when these TV deals and everything like that want to be a bunch of assholes about it and start their own streaming services. I mean, Disney and ESPN, you guys got enough fucking money. Get the hell out of here.
Well, it's also the leagues are making deals with these networks, and these networks are becoming more and more, streamlined and individual, and they're a la carte. Like the NFL makes the deal with Netflix. Now you have to buy Netflix to watch those 3 NFL games. If the NFL doesn't want to get greedy, and if they would just keep those games on CBS, then we'll be all right. And Peacock and Amazon and all Amazon Prime. Shit. Yeah. And Apple TV with the baseball games and Roku with the baseball games. And it's just too much shit. And they present it to you as a la carte, like, oh, you don't need to pay for all this stuff that you don't watch. But turns out you end up paying for shit that you don't want, or you just pay for too much shit. I mean, and so it's just, I agree with you. I think it's a complete nightmare. And I really think it's going to hurt the consumer base and I don't know really what the solution is, because the leagues aren't going to stop making money. If Netflix wants to offer them $100 million to broadcast a football game, they're going to say yes. So they need to figure out some sort of way to, I don't know, to even everything out, but I don't.
And this all has to do with football. I mean, it all is football. What's going to happen to these deals and stuff when the football season ends, right? No one's going to start watching YouTube TV again.
Exactly.
Because they want to watch fucking football. That's it. I mean, the consumer base likes what they like. So,
well, unless you want to watch Ted Lasso.
Well, ooh, that's tough. Yeah. Damn it. You caught me. You caught the tater.
There's always a couple on each network that you're like, man, I got to have it just for that.
You caught the tater. But anyway, let's talk about the game last night. Dallas did not look great. Actually, they seemed to move the ball okay, but they kept shooting themselves in the foot with either turnovers or they would get a holding penalty in the middle of a decent drive, and they would push themselves back to 2nd and 20 or 2nd and 25, and then they just couldn't recover. And then on the other side, I mean, I just don't know how Kyler Murray can still have a starting job. And Jonathan Gannon said after the game last night that Brissett is still the backup, technically after the win versus Dallas. But I mean, Jacoby Brissett has been light years better than Kyler Murray this year. I similar to what I said about Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins earlier. I say that I have the same sentiment on Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. Like, look, best case scenario, you probably win in 9 games with this guy. You might make the playoffs every couple of years, but you're not really, your ceiling is so limited. And I would, if I were the Cardinals, I would be trying to get out of the Kyler Murray business as well. Maybe they should trade each other for each other. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Kyler for Tua, straight up.
Jacoby Brissett is a better quarterback for that team, without a doubt. I didn't even watch the game, but I just hearing what people have been talking about this morning when I woke up. It sounds like Jacoby Brissett. The fact that Marvin Harrison Jr. had a career high 7 receptions, yesterday. That's a shame that the man's career high is 7 receptions.
He looked great yesterday too, and really the whole offense did. McBride was making plays too. Even Michael Wilson and like some of the secondary guys, secondary options on the team really stepped up. I think Brissett makes their offense so much better. I just don't want to see any more Kyler, especially if he's got a hammy. I mean, the reason Kyler's so effective is because of his legs, and if he's got a hammy, he's not going to be as effective with those legs. And Brissett throws a hell of a deep ball. I'll tell you what, he was
the writing was on the wall when they made that contract, and in the contract they had to put in a study clause so that he actually fucking paid attention. Like that, you were setting yourself up for failure right away.
It had never happened before, and it has not happened since.
No, never gonna happen again.
Crazy, yeah.
Did Call of Duty come out recently? Because that could be
It could be what it was.
I think it comes out.
It's always a
soon.
detriment.
Actually, they might be in trouble. Yeah,
It's
He
always a
tore his
detriment.
hammy. He tore his
that
hammy
hammy
playing
might have
Call
to-
of Duty.
Man. The official numbers on the Jacoby Myers trade to Jacksonville is a 4th and 6th rounder going to Vegas for Jacoby Myers. Brian Thomas Jr. sprained his ankle this weekend, and Travis Hunter has gone on the IR. So the Jaguars looking to get some more help in there in the receiver room. And Myers is pretty good. He had a really good year last year, really quietly, and he's been hurt for the last couple games this year, but he's been good for them. And they don't need him because they have Brock Bowers back, and he's just going to score 600 touchdowns, it seems like.
600 touchdowns.
I mean, did you see that game this weekend? It was the first time he looked healthy all year, and he put up 40-some fantasy points. That's a tight end.
I didn't say it. No.
Oh, man.
Speaking of 40-some fantasy points, Joe Flacco put up a 45 burger, and I had him on my bench.
Joe Flacco had 470 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, and they lost the game.
Did you see Chase Brown's comments on this?
Yeah, and the coach was pissed about it.
I don't disagree with him, but maybe inside thoughts there.
Yeah, maybe don't say that out loud. He basically,
What did he say? I'm in the dark here.
what he wanted to say was basically the defense picked us up early in the season, and now I feel like we're picking them up or something like that. What he really wanted to say was that he thought the defense played like shit and they need to pick up their fucking end of the slack. But
No,
he said it in a
that's not what
little
he
bit
said.
better words. But
No, he didn't.
I know, but I'm saying that's what he wanted to say. That's what he wanted.
Oh.
That's what it seemed like.
So what he
like-
said was, we scored the touchdown right there at the end of the game with
Yeah.
basically not enough time left for them to score. Maybe to get in. I mean, obviously they did because they ended up scoring because their tackling is so fucking bad. But he basically said like, "Hey, we scored the touchdown. Defense just needs to get one fucking stop. Just get one fucking stop."
And it's got to
in
drive
this
those
game.
guys insane. Like the
They put
Bengals
up
said
38
they're
points
last-
last week and 42 this week. What are they
They
supposed to do?
and they lost them both.
It kind of sounds like the Ravens at the beginning of the
I
season.
know.
Yeah, it does.
80 in 2 weeks and lost.
And
them
it's got to piss some of those defensive players off that were there last year. When that Lou Amarillo, the D coordinator who got fired,
Amarumo.
and
Amarillo by morning.
yeah, nice reference. I like that. Well done. He's now in Indy, and he's killing it. He's killing it with that defense. So it's got to drive them fucking insane.
Yeah, and now they just traded their best linebacker in Logan Wilson. I would assume Trey Hendrickson is probably going to be on the outs. He hasn't wanted to be there all year to begin with, and he's going to be looking for a contract extension that they're not going to pay him, clearly, because they're only going to be paying Higgins, Burrow, and Chase for the foreseeable future, I guess. I don't really know what the answer is there. If I'm a Bengals fan, I couldn't be more upset with how the team looks and really what you're going to do next year, because it's not like you can rebuild a defense in a season.
Is Joe going to be
especially
a
if you're
legend
selling
in
off all your
Baltimore, Cincy, and Cleveland?
Yep.
maybe.
Yeah, his
maybe.
jersey retired the
Maybe.
entire AFC.
I mean,
I mean,
when-
they have Joe Flacco signs at the game this week saying like, "In
Yeah.
Flacco we trust."
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
I mean, he's
Um,
slinging it, man.
he is slinging it, dude. He looks like Jameis last year for the Browns. He's just slinging it. Yeah, I mean, wait until Aaron Rodgers retires after this season and Flacco is the quarterback for the Steelers next year.
It'd be ridiculous.
Some injury stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
How many teams has Flacco played for? 8?
We can
Let's
go
name
through
them.
them in order if we want to. Ravens,
Well-
Broncos,
Broncos,
Jets,
Jets, Bengals, Browns,
Cleveland.
Bengals, Browns.
Bengals.
Eagles,
And
Oh, he was a Colt. Wasn't he a Colt?
and he was a
He was a
Colt.
Colt, and he was the Eagles. And I feel like, was he a Jet at one point? He was a Jet.
Yeah,
at
well,
one
we already
point.
said
we
Jets.
already
We already
said
said
Jets.
Jets.
Oh, we did.
So-
we did.
We're at 7?
Yeah.
Giants. Was he ever on the Giants?
Oh,
No, I don't think so. I think that's it. I think 7's the number. We could have missed one, but feels
someone's got to look it up. Someone's got to look
it feels
it up.
right. It feels right. I'm gonna look it up. Joe Flacco.
Hey, man. He was the highest paid player in football 2 times. Think about that.
He has played Ravens, Broncos, Jets, Eagles, back to the Jets, to the Browns, to the Colts, back to the Browns, to the Bengals. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
we got them all.
5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got them all.
All
Look
right.
at that.
Good work, boys.
Look at us. And he
Proud
was
of
the
us.
CAA co-offensive player of the year in 2007.
I think he also won.
Who won it with him?
Offensive player of the year. I think he also won comeback player of the year one time. He came back from his couch. Actually, that is true. I think he won comeback player of the year Damar Hamlin died.
He did.
On the field.
Certainly did.
So Damar Hamlin died. Joe Flacco came off his lazy boy and won comeback player of the year.
People forget, but former Pitt Panther at one point.
Yeah, Pitt Panther.
People forget that he was there.
Yes, he was.
And he went to Delaware. Marty Morningweg still tells that story. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Marty Morningweg still tells that story when they worked out Joe Flacco. They specifically went there with footballs that they were dunking in water to see if he could throw a wet football. I don't know what the hell that has, but like apparently his hands were so big that he could control because they knew that he'd face elements here in Baltimore in the later in the season. Very random story.
That is really, really random. But I actually like that. That's something you're going to be dealing with wet footballs. Let's see if you can do it. They should have done that with Daniel Jones, who looked like Daniel Jones again this weekend.
What did I say? I am not impressed by the Indianapolis Colts yet.
All right, fair enough. We will get to that game. Let's talk about some injuries.
I wouldn't leave your house right now, Brooks. I wouldn't go outside. Some
very unfortunate injuries that have happened this weekend. Jaden Daniels, the biggest of those. The arm went the wrong way, and it didn't look
what's
good.
He still doing in the game? What is he still doing in the game? It's 37-6 or whatever the fucking score was.
Totally agree with you. And Dan Quinn came out and said that. Actually, he said he left Daniels in too long. It's 100% on him. I love that he took responsibility for it.
Right.
Look, I don't think Washington was really going anywhere anyway this year, but you're taking away another couple of, half a season of reps out of this guy's hands that he could potentially have had. And I don't know. And when you have a quarterback that special, you really always have a chance to win. I mean, I don't think the team was very good this year, but what's up, dude? I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's really frustrating that he was still in the game. If you're a Washington fan, probably. But I mean, what were the expectations for this team realistically, right?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it all year. I mean, they got really, really, really lucky last year. That's nothing against them. They're trending in the right direction in terms of staffing and personnel. But last year, I mean, they hit a Hail Mary. They got lucky a couple of times this year. Yeah. And we talked about the beginning of the season. We didn't think that luck was going to continue, and it hasn't. Yeah. And here we go. Now, you can't make stupid coaching decisions like Dan Quinn did. Good for him coming out. But it doesn't fix it. It doesn't fix the arm of Jaden Daniels. So –
oh, God, that thing was nasty. I watched it. I don't like watching those kind of things, and I watched it on accident. I scrolled through Twitter, and I saw it, and it was like a 5-second clip, and I just couldn't get away from it quick enough. And then after you watch it once, it's like you have to watch it a few more times.
Second time.
Yeah, so I watched it like 4 or 5 times, and I was like, oh, my God. Every time it gets worse.
And it's, I mean, luckily it's his non-throwing elbow, and it's a dislocation. Like nothing was broken in there, so it could have been way worse.
Yeah.
So
and he should be back next year, I would imagine. Even if he could come back this year, what's the point? It's just like Burrow. Like, Burrow could come back in week 15 maybe, but like if they're going to be 3-6 or whatever, 3-12 by then, what's the point? Other news: Tucker Kraft, who's been probably the most productive tight end in the league this year so far, also out for the year.
Oh, no, I didn't know this.
Unfortunate news for the Green Bay Packers. He was carted off the other night. I don't know if it was his. Well, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Was it ACL?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was an ACL. He got carted off. He is out for the year. That's a big blow to that Green Bay team who just lost to the Carolina Panthers at home. Oh, crazy.
This is how much football I watched over the weekend. What?
Yeah, the Panthers are 5-4, and they beat the Packers. And also, Joe Alt the other tackle for the San Diego Chargers.
Don't tell me he hurt himself again.
He has had season-ending ankle surgery. He is out for the year. That means the Chargers have lost both Rashawn Slater and Joe. Both of their All-Pro tackles are gone for the year. And if you see that team take a downward spiral at the end of the season, towards the end of the season, you can point to that because those are important guys.
I think about the highs and lows of Tucker Kraft's last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the talk of the town after that Monday Night Football performance, and now he's going to be carted up for a while.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. He's been just having a breakout season, and they really don't have that number one option. They have a lot of guys that are like number 2s, number 3s on that team, and they didn't really have that go-to guy. And I felt like Kraft was emerging as that for Jordan Love this year, and it's just going to be a big blow. They do have Luke Musgrave, who they drafted in the second round a few years ago, who I think could be a decent player, but I don't think he's going to have as much of an impact as Kraft has had. So yeah, tough. It's really rough. Just a rough week for the Packers in general. I mean, they lost to the Panthers at home.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers' offense is death by 1,000 cuts. I mean, it's just like it's guys that you don't really know. Romeo Dobbs, like
Wicks and Watson and Golden. We'll see. I mean, he's only played 8 games or whatever, but it's just a mishmash of a bunch of number 2s. It seems like.
Yeah. You think Aaron Rodgers, when they drafted a wide receiver in the first round, was like, "What the fuck? Where was this when I was playing quarterback?"
Do I think so? Yeah. Can we also talk about their leatherhead helmets that they wore this weekend, because they look pretty sweet, I thought. I don't know if you saw that, Brian, but they wore the old school Packers jerseys, and they wore helmets that look like the leatherhead helmets, and they had an effect on them almost, so it kind of looked like they were wearing leather helmets. Actually, I thought it was pretty cool. But when you're dressing like a team from the 1940s, you're probably going to play offense like it, and they did.
Take the face mask off too.
Yeah, looked like Otto Graham was out there throwing it to Y.A. Tittle.
Just out there slinging it, having some fun, passing it around.
Slinging Sammy Ball here. Here we go.
Slinging Sammy Ball. We're past the midseason mark, I guess now. What do you got?
If the Ravens trade for Quinnen Williams, Jimmy's Famous Seafood is going to give everyone free crab cake rolls on Thursday.
So that I was listening to Jay Glazer. I was listening to Jay Glazer today on Dan Patrick's show, and he said that Quinnen Williams is on the market, but it's going to be a heavy, heavy, heavy price. So
we got plenty of draft picks.
I would think that too. Yeah.
He also said that he thinks the Jets should trade for Shedeur Sanders, which I don't understand that at all.
Well, I think the Browns are playing the Jets this week. I think Shedeur Sanders should play in that game. If you're going to find out what you got, play him against the fucking Jets. Let's see if we can get some confidence in this guy.
What moves do you want to see the Ravens make? Do you want to see the Ravens? I would like to see a D tackle.
I think the D tackle is probably the most glaring issue, other than maybe right guard, because I hate watching Daniel Falele so much. I just hate it. I think D tackle is the most glaring issue on our defense for me.
I want to see you and Falele in an alley and just see
I
what
don't.
happens.
He's 6'10", like 600 pounds. I don't know if I can see that guy. That guy would kill me. Fuck that. While we're doing injury stuff, I forgot to mention 49ers first round pick edge rusher Mykel Williams, who was one of the early favorites to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, has also torn his ACL. So the Niners season from hell is it just won't stop for the Niners, and it sucks. It sucks if you're a Niners fan, but also Mac Jones is like 5-2, and I think they're 6-3 as a team overall. I don't really know.
Kyle Shanahan should be coach of the year. I don't know how the fuck they're doing what they're doing.
I mean, I think they should. They're definitely regretting that Brock Purdy contract because, like you said, Mac Jones is the exact same player.
He's the same guy. Exact same guy.
I don't really know what you do there if you're San Fran, but there's 3 teams with 6 wins in that division, so that seems like the powerhouse division in the NFL. I guess both of the West divisions, because the Chiefs are the 3 seed in the AFC West, and we all know that the Chiefs are probably going to be in the AFC Championship at the very least. We never did like midseason awards or anything, and we don't have to necessarily do anything like that. Is there anything that really struck you so far? What do you think the biggest storyline of the season is that you weren't expecting?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. Okay,
that's mine.
Jonathan Taylor is your guy, and he's put up 4 separate games with 3 touchdowns in, I think, the first 8 weeks, and I think only like 4 guys have ever done that. I think I mentioned that on the show last week. He's been unbelievable.
He's my MVP. How about that? November MVP. That's the new coining that phrase.
And you're the kind of guy that doesn't only give the MVP to the quarterback. You're the kind of guy who gives it to the best player in the league.
Yes.
So there you go.
Just like I think Ndamukong Suh should have won the Heisman Trophy as a D tackle from Nebraska.
Yeah.
He's the best. Jonathan Taylor is probably he's my leader in the clubhouse for MVP by far.
Yeah, and their offense in general.
Had a great game on Sunday, didn't he?
I don't know what he
did on Sunday.
I don't know.
He didn't do shit.
Do shit. That was the first game all season. You know who did keep his streak of good games going? Is Michael Pittman, who's been a fucking awesome fantasy sleeper this year after having a down year last year. But yeah, I think my biggest storyline of the season. The early part of the season was definitely the Ravens just completely collapsing to start the year. But I have to give credit to the Patriots, man. They're 7-2. I did think they were going to improve this year. I did not think it was going to be like this. And I know you can only play the games on your schedule. I know they have the easiest schedule in the league. And I know they have not played exactly a murderer's row of quarterbacks or anything like that. But I think Drake May has looked really, really good. He has moments where he looks bad, he has rookie kind of moments still. But, he's a second-year player. You're going to get that. And, going into the year, 90% of NFL fans probably couldn't have named a single weapon on the team other than Hunter Henry. So I've been really impressed with what I've seen out of the Patriots. So I just have to give them some credit. Brooks?
Yeah, you took mine. I was going to take the Patriots as well.
Yeah.
It's either that or just the surprise that is Jackson Dart. How well he's played as a rookie. We weren't even sure if we were going to see him this year. And he's emerged as he looks like he might be a dude. So I'm not going to sit here and say he is yet, but he's playing well.
Yeah. And also the Baker Mayfield show. We've had a couple weeks off from it. I think they had a rough outing in their last game, and then they had a bye week. So maybe that hype has cooled off a little bit. But the early part of the season, Baker Mayfield, he just carried the NFL. So
I'm surprised at how well the Rams are doing. I am. I knew they were going to be decent. I didn't know they were going to be this good.
I think Stafford leads the league in touchdown passes, right?
That wouldn't surprise me.
NFL stat leaders. Yeah, I think he has like 21 touchdown passes already, something like that. Let me make sure, and I'm getting this right.
I think he had 17 last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago.
He threw 2 to Devontae Adams at least, and 1 to Higbee. Last week he has 21 touchdown passes. He leads the league. Next is Herbert with 18, and then there's like 8 guys tied with 17. So yeah, he's been hot. He's only got 2 picks, so 21 touchdowns to 2 picks. That's gonna get you probably some MVP looks. And also that team is 6-2. If you want to win the MVP, you basically have to win at least 12 or 13 games. So really, there's only like 4 or 5 options of teams that could really do that. And I think Stafford definitely fits that bill. And also, he's never won MVP in his long career, so that could be a storyline down the stretch. Oh, is Stafford going to get his MVP towards the end of his career? A lot of people thought he was going to be out for most of this year with that back, where he was getting shots injected into his back all training camp. People didn't even know if he was going to start the season as the quarterback. And look what he's done. He's been great.
The only time I've heard someone get an epidural is a pregnant woman. I didn't know he was getting epidurals. Like, what?
Well, we're still not sure if this is actually Matt Stafford, if this is a fake Matt Stafford.
Fake Matt Stafford? It's a hologram?
Yeah, well, people think that there's a clone. He's a clone.
Oh, okay.
Like iRobot shit?
People are interesting with their theories.
That was just that.
I'm wearing Joe Radke's. I'm wearing Joe Radke's clothing right now. Yeah, people are interested.
Guess so. Jonathan Taylor leads the league in rushing. James Cook is number 2. I don't think either of those would have surprised you. Guess who's the 3rd highest rushing total in terms of yards in the league?
Josh Allen.
Scattaboo.
Rico Dowdle.
Oh, the Bronco
Rico
guy.
Dowdle. He's on the fucking not the Bronco guy. He's on the Panthers. He was on the Cowboys last year.
Oh, that's right.
And you know what's crazy is that he didn't even start until like week 5.
Well, because Chuba Hubbard got hurt.
I know. He's had 200 yards in 3 out of the last 4 games. He's got 735 rushing yards on the season. I don't know. I was looking at it earlier and I was like, what in God's name is this guy doing on this?
Wow. I didn't know who the hell he was, and it sounded like a fake name when I first saw him come across the ticker, like with 220 yards or something. But another big surprise for me this year is how Mike McDaniel still has a job.
Yeah, and he's going to have a job at the end of the year. And he's just he's going to carry him to the finish line, and then they're going to let him go at the end.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how it's going to
go. Jackson Smith and Jigba. I was saying this the other night in our text chain. Dude is just open all the time. He leads the league in receiving yards by over 100. He's averaging 118 yards a game receiving. I mean, ridiculous. And Sam Darnold, credit to him.
Yep.
2 years in a row now. People doubting Sam Darnold, and he's just putting up numbers. He's playing well, and Seattle's good. I think Seattle's like legitimately good. I think they have as good of any outside of the Eagles in the NFC to compete.
Somebody said this a couple of days ago. Do the Seattle Seahawks remind you of the 2012 Ravens? Stout D, average to maybe a slightly above average quarterback, can run the football.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
But they don't have 3 Hall of Famers on defense. Borderline 4.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
What I mean?
Yeah.
Are they going
to have Ray Lewis, Ed Reed?
Are they going to win like one of their last 5 games or something like that?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see the comparison a little bit, but it's tough to I don't know. Sam Darnold would have to have a magical run in the playoffs to be compared to that 2012 team.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Flacco threw 12 touchdowns, no interceptions in that.
Yeah,
in that playoff run.
Yeah, it doesn't seem super repeatable. Sack leaders: Brian Burns has 11, Myles Garrett has 10, and then after that, it kind of falls down a little bit further. But yeah, I mean, it's been a fun season so far. I think there was a couple weeks where it was no fun. Matthew Stafford
last
died
week
preseason. Last week was a complete dud.
I think they said last week was like the worst lineup of games in like 25 years or something in terms of like how they finished and everything.
Well, the scores, because
just not competitive.
There was only one game that was finished with a single-digit loss. Everything else was double-digit losses.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very interesting.
Very, very interesting.
So, I mean, back to our Ravens conversation a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like. I'm with you guys. I think it could be D tackle. Could it be Calais Campbell? Who knows?
That's where my mind went right away, Brooksy.
I have no idea.
Unstoppable last night, by the way. Unstoppable. Yeah. He had 3 sacks in the fourth quarter, I think. I mean,
that's what I heard on Twitter. I didn't get to see it, but
yeah.
But
incredible.
Yeah. I liked. Obviously, I would like him. He's old, but he's a leader. He's been in our clubhouse. He's playing well. It looks like. A lot of people are wanting us to try and go get Zeitler if we can. I just don't see us actually doing that. Would I love to go do that? Yes, because I almost think that they're fine with the offensive line, and I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
That's just how I feel about it. That's like kind of my gut feeling.
It's not the most glaring issue, but I don't know if it's not a non-issue, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I mean, we saw last year that it's like, hey, we saw them get rolling last year after week 8, 6, whatever it was. They started playing a whole lot better. So maybe they're still hoping for that. I don't know. But it just seems like they have a lot. Yeah, they just seem like the coaches just seem like they have faith in the line and in Falele because I mean they've shown that. They keep putting him there. So hopefully they do play better. Let's just hope for that. How about that? And then I think another issue with us trading Jair Alexander, if one of our corners gets hurt, we might have to go get a corner. Just for depth, right? I think we did right by Jair and getting rid of him because he obviously wasn't ready or couldn't crack the top 4 corners, especially with us doing. I mean, we went and got another safety, and then now what's his face is playing all over the place.
Remember, we went out and got CJGJ, right? Gardner Johnson. And we shipped him out. Yeah. I mean, we just you can tell that they have concerns at the cornerback position just by the moves they've been making.
Yeah, and there's been a couple insiders have said that they have been calling around about corners. So we'll see what happens and if that's true. I can see that. I understand where they're coming from because if one guy goes down with an ACL or whatever it ends up being, I mean, we could be in a lot of trouble there.
And think about what. And look, I like Zach Orr, okay, as D coordinator, but you can definitely see Chuck Pagano's framework being put into place here. Going to what Brooks is saying here, they're playing a lot of 6 defensive back sets, so that because we can't get a pass rush, we can't really generate a pass rush, so we're gonna have to get coverage sacks. And so he's putting all these corners in the back to make sure that we can actually have time to get to the quarterback. So I definitely think we need to go get another corner.
You're right. I mean, but we saw it last week. Even last week when we won, I mean, we're getting gashed up the middle running wise. I mean, it can only last for so long. I know we did have some great plays by Hamilton, like basically sitting in the backfield during a handoff, but I mean, there are big runs that are breaking off up the middle against us as well, still too. So I don't know.
Matabike was like our Ed Oliver. We just needed him for that run defense, and he's just been since he's been out of there. It's been a little rough.
When
not even the run defense, he just takes another defender off too. Like
and that helps
he's
every
get
play.
Double teamed,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
When Kyle Hamilton was laying on the ground the other day in that Miami game, just for that little period of time, I'm like, well, the season's over. Like, it's over.
I mean, yeah, and especially, I mean, you say the six defensive backs. He, I guess, technically counts as a defensive back, but he's playing edge rusher, and he's Adalius Thomas. He's playing every position on the field,
everywhere.
I was thinking that the other day. I was like, he's the closest thing to Adalius Thomas we've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
he's a lot smaller, obviously, but
but
yeah, he's I don't know.
Thomas.
Adalius Thomas was awesome.
And
he was awesome for the Pats too.
Yeah, he was great. He was on that almost perfect team. I think about some of the players the Ravens drafted, like late rounds, that no one ever thought would be good.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened a lot, but I mean, it seems like we still hang our hat on that a little bit in terms of like edge rushers and guys like that, which we haven't drafted a good edge rusher in a while. It seems like it feels like to me, unless I could be listening. I mean, I could be missing somebody.
Unless this guy Mike Green turns out pretty good. I mean, Matt Judon.
Yeah, it's early. Yeah,
Matt Judon. We took out of like Grand Valley or whatever, something like that.
Probably like 18 or 17. I forget when he was drafted.
And that could be another guy that could come back to the Ravens, by the way, because the Dolphins are sellers. So
yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he wants to come back, and it seems like if he doesn't want to come back, they're not going to bring anybody in to mess up any kind of chemistry. It seems like our chemistry is hanging on by a thread at the moment, anyway.
Good.
Yeah.
But,
but I'm excited.
The Steelers always find like late round wide receivers. We somehow find like late round D tackles and pass rushers.
Yeah. Travis Jones, Justin Matabike, all of those guys were late round guys. Yeah.
Going back.
Yeah.
Going back to the Steelers and Colts game. I mean, I know the final score of that game was 27-20, but that game was a fucking blowout.
That game was never close.
They got two or three garbage time scores.
They were turning the ball. So early in the game, actually, the Colts scored first, and then the Steelers drove down the field and got stuffed on the goal line. And it looked like the Colts were like they were going to make a run. They were going to go up 14-0, and then they fumbled or threw a pick. I can't remember. I think they threw a pick pretty quickly after that. And then after that, it just seemed like the Steelers were just all over them the whole game. And it was the best I've seen the Steelers defense play all year. By a mile. Because the last week we were talking about how they are old, they can't tackle. I mean, we were having this conversation all week last week.
They tackled way better.
They did. They looked a lot better. And maybe that was just Tomlin being pissed off and being like, we're not fucking doing this shit anymore. Or maybe there was just, I'm sure it was a combination of a lot of factors. But
I kind of feel like watching that game, and I could be, I mean, obviously I'm not the best like football mind ever, right? But it kind of feels like that if they went after JT and said, all right, anybody but JT is going to beat us, right? We're going to make Daniel Jones beat us. Even though he's been playing well this year, obviously, right? But they were just like, yeah, JT's not going to sit here and score 3 touchdowns against us. And they made sure of that. And then obviously, I mean, we saw Daniel Jones just not have a great game. Not going to say that's going to always happen. I mean, you could end up getting torched that way, but it worked out. So,
yeah, and that's probably a good way to bottle that offense up. I mean, that offense works off Jonathan Taylor and the play action. If you're going to bottle up Jonathan Taylor and not allow him to run the ball, then that play action is going to be a lot less effective. And if you're an offensive coordinator, you got to see that and you got to adjust the game plan otherwise. But I mean, you're not going to get away from handing Jonathan Taylor the ball because that's the way your offense runs. Yeah. So.
Greenlaw's in.
He's in Denver. Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Hufanga signed with Denver this offseason. I don't think Denver is going to be trading anybody. They're
no.
So. Also, San Francisco. Why would they be trading anybody, especially on defense? If they have everyone on their defense hurt. Yeah, they're not trading any other guys.
We got to look at teams. I mean, think of teams that are sellers. You got the Jets that are going to be sellers. You got probably the Browns, the Bengals that we've already talked about. I mean, and by the way, what the hell's going on? Why is everybody on the defense want to be traded out of fucking Cincinnati?
Why? Would you want to be on the worst defense that anybody's ever seen for 2 straight years? Like,
and to be honest with you, it's only the guys that are halfway decent, which are like 2. Yeah. Everybody else doesn't want to be traded because nobody wants them.
Yeah. By the way, the Ravens and Steelers are so lucky having 2 absolute shit franchises in the same division as them. The Browns put themselves in cap hell with the Deshaun Watson deal, and the Bengals have fucked themselves because they paid 3 guys so much damn money.
Yeah, and their one got hurt, and now their team is dead because the Jenga tower has fallen for them.
The Jenga board.
Yeah. New Orleans also 1-8. They could be a team that could be shipping off some guys. They have a lot of impact veterans, but those impact veterans all want to stay there. It seems like Cam Jordan and Kamara and Demario Davis and all those guys, they just seem to like it there, and they don't really. Kamara said multiple times he doesn't want to get traded.
He said, if I get traded, I'll be on a beach somewhere sipping a pina colada because I'm not going to wherever you're trading me.
Did he really say that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a power statement.
He said it.
I love it.
He said because he doesn't have a no trade clause. So he said he came out in the media and said, if you trade me, I'll be somewhere sipping a pina colada. I'm not going anywhere.
I love that. I love that.
That's awesome. It's I like Kamara. I mean, since he came in, he was like a 3rd or 4th rounder out of Tennessee. He's been so steadily good this whole career. Mm-hmm. Really good player. All right. Do we want to do you have any other stuff you want to talk about in terms of like the individual games? I don't think we really need to get into like too much. We talked about quite a bit. I mean, there's like something crazy happened. I mean, we talked.
How did JJ McCarthy look for the Vikings? I'm bringing that up because we play the Vikings.
Apparently, he looked fucking awesome.
He did.
Okay.
He did. And their defense looked good too. I watched that entire game with my buddy here who's a Detroit fan. And I mean, Detroit just looked stuck in the mud the entire game. And JJ looked good. He looked good.
So I'm assuming they beat once again, guys. I apologize.
Minnesota won 27-24, but it was Minnesota was in control the whole game. It wasn't that close. It didn't seem like, I didn't think.
Yeah, they made it a 1-score game pretty late, and obviously couldn't get the ball back.
Okay.
Atlanta, New England. Atlanta went down and scored with 4.5 left, something like that, and they were going to go to tie it up, but the kicker missed the extra point, and they ended up losing by 1. They never got the ball back, so that was a bummer. That's a bummer for Atlanta. And then San Francisco beat New York pretty handily. McCaffrey went off in that game. And then Denver, Houston, Stroud got knocked out in the first quarter with a concussion. And Houston still really kind of dominated the game until the very end. Bo Nix had like a 40-yard scramble to get them into field goal territory to win them the game. But I think that game would have been a lot different had Stroud played. He's certainly a lot better than Davis Mills behind that.
That looked bad. That looked like a bad concussion.
Yeah. So I heard it. I saw him going off the field.
Yeah.
Did he run into something, or did somebody fall on top
No,
of him?
he went to slide. He ran forward and went to slide, and the guy hit him, and his head kind of bounced off the turf.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Whiplash.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then that guy I don't know if that guy got kicked out or what, but he got in trouble. He got some sort of penalty.
Oh, his check's lighter today. Put it that way.
Yeah. And then the ending of Vegas Jacksonville was just crazy. They went to overtime. Jacksonville scored a touchdown, but now you get a chance to score again. Vegas took it down the field on them and scored a touchdown, and then went for 2 to win the game in overtime. God. And there was a guy
nobody wanted to watch any more of that game.
Wide open in the back of the end zone. Tyler Lockett, who they just signed, back with Geno, back with Pete Carroll. And he's wide open in the end zone, and Geno tries to hit him, and it just gets batted down the line right in front of his face. Couldn't get the pass off. Yeah.
And also, Brock Bowers went off.
Brock Bowers had 120 plus yards, 3 touchdowns, just went absolutely crazy in this game.
And his first game back from injury.
Yeah. And then
we need to bring up what Joe's
Kansas City.
Need to bring up what Joe's talking about.
What happened in
What's
that
Joe
game?
got?
Anything special?
There's a new
Oh yeah. There is a new record holder for longest field goal, and it is Arkansas Razorback.
Christ!
Little, Greg Little. Is that his name?
Cam Little.
Cam Little. Greg Little's a left tackle. I've had this problem before. He had a 68-yarder, and then last night actually, Brandon Aubrey had an opportunity to tie that as time expired at halftime, and he had enough leg, but he missed it left.
I think McAfee was talking about. He thinks that the record. I think he said before the year he thinks the record's going to get broken multiple times this year.
Multiple times
with the new balls.
Well, they hit a 70 in the preseason. Somebody did, right?
Cam Little did.
Yeah. Right. Okay. There you go.
Brooks, I remember McAfee saying that. I think it was Aubrey that did it.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, it's ridiculous. What's the number where it's like, oh shit, that's awesome. Because like I saw that it was broken, and I was like, yeah, it's probably going to keep happening because everyone's been making long field goals this year, right?
Yeah, the new balls. I mean, literally, there's people like McAfee was talking about. I think it was Seabass was texting him, and he was like, "Man, I might come back and kick a couple balls." They're bringing the old balls back because I mean, he's the one who trotted him out there drunk for a 70-yarder with Lane Kiffin.
70. I think it was a 78-yarder that Lane Kiffin put him out there for, and then he got fired.
Have at it. Let's have some fun.
Crazy.
And Lane Kiffin's the hottest thing since pants with pockets right now in college football. So
he is. We'll get to college football.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. Yeah. But I remember McAfee saying that. And honestly, I remember when Tucker first came in the league, that was the last year I had season tickets at the Ravens. When he would do kickoffs, he would even when the kickoff was even further back. He would still kick it through the fucking uprights.
Oh yeah. He was smoking them. Yeah.
So, I mean, he was hitting 80 yarders. But he wasn't intentionally trying to kick a field goal.
Yeah. It was nuts. I remember watching that. I mean, I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I guess the biggest game of the day, definitely. The biggest game of the day was Buffalo, Kansas City. We didn't talk about that one yet. Let's probably get into a little bit of detail there.
I have no idea who won.
Dalton Kincaid show Buffalo won 28-21. As Buffalo does. They're 5-1 against KC in the regular season. I think their record in the playoff is the opposite. Not good. Yeah. But yeah, they pretty much dominated for the most part in this game too. KC tried to come back at the end, but just to no avail. I mean, what did you see, Brooks? I was at work, so I didn't get to see like a ton of this game. I actually just watched like a 20-minute condensed highlight version of it. I did have it on, but I just wasn't able to watch a ton of it.
Rasheed Rice is that whole fucking offense. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
He's everything to that offense. Like he is so freaking. I mean, he's doing Debo stuff now. He's taking stuff, handoffs out of the backfield. He's doing a little bit of everything. It was pretty good. Yeah, and Randy said here they rocked Mahomes on a couple hits. Absolutely rocked him. And then there's a lot of talk going around Twitter right now with Josh Allen being a LeBron James of football with his flopping, because he didn't get hit at all, and he's throwing his head back and stuff like that. And then somebody put a compilation together. I mean, is it annoying? Yes. Mahomes does the same fucking thing. I mean, everybody does. They all do it. It's gamesmanship.
Yeah.
It's gamesmanship until they start and until they have an embellishment rule, then they're going to keep doing it. And I don't blame them. Try to get an extra 15. Fuck. Yeah. I mean, especially when you need a first down in a big situation.
Yeah. I mean, they put a flopping rule in the NBA and they don't really enforce it. So people still flop. So, I mean,
you're not allowed to carry in the NBA, but everyone turns the ball over in their fucking hand and they still just get away with it.
Yeah. You can also take 8 steps. Did you see Giannis take 8 steps the other day and they didn't call it travel? It's ridiculous. So Buffalo takes KC down in the regular season again. KC drops to 5-4 as they go into their bye week, and Buffalo is now, I believe, 6-2 because they've already had their bye week. So they're a half game back of the Patriots, but they did lose the head-to-head to the Patriots already. So that division, it could come down to the wire, especially with the Patriots' schedule being so easy.
It sounds so weird that these words are going to come out of my mouth, but the two teams that are trending the best right now are the Ravens and the Patriots. Like, it's wild to think
I know,
in the AFC. Right. I guess you could say Denver too, because they're 7-2, and really they shouldn't have lost that Colts game, right?
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Or wait, was it the other way around?
No, Denver, because they lost with the leverage call.
Denver got jobbed, the leverage call.
Denver got jobbed. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, you're right, Brian, because I mean, I have all the confidence in the world that the Ravens can be in the conversation for. Do I think they're going to get the number 1 seed? No, I mean that would be a miracle.
No, we could win out and not get the number 1 seed.
Sure, you're right, but I mean, also the teams that are in front of them, there's a very good chance that they are not going to keep up the pace that they're on right now with their second half schedule. I mean, it's the Colts, it's the Patriots, it's obviously the Steelers, the Jaguars, the Broncos. Obviously, their division's a little rough, and then it's basically the Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs, which they're going to beat up on each other right there. So is there a chance? Yeah. I mean, you basically got to win out to have a chance to do that. And you need some people to beat up on each other, but it's still possible. That's why I think getting to the playoffs is not even close to out of the realm here.
Oh, no, definitely not. Especially in our division. I mean, look, the Steelers look better this weekend.
We're second right now. Can you believe that? We're 3-5 and we're second.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like how teams are playing and how they're trending. Like, is the arrow going up? I mean, maybe the Seahawks have they look like they're doing really well.
Yeah.
The way the team is playing and coming together.
They're NFC though.
I'm just saying, like, teams in general, like throughout the league, teams that are just pointing the right direction.
Carolina.
I can't even believe that's real.
Carolina's 5-4, dude. They are right in there. I mean,
you guys picked them to be most improved, so I mean, you guys should not be surprised about this.
Yeah, I also picked Arizona to make the playoffs.
You should be surprised with them beating the Packers, though.
Yeah, yes.
The Packers have lost 2 games this year to the Browns and the Panthers, and they tied the Cowboys.
That's so frustrating, man. If I'm a Packers fan, I'd be so that just screams Ravens right there.
Yeah, they're 5-2-1. They lost their 2 games to bad teams, and they tied the Cowboys.
This makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. The rest of the schedule for the Ravens, as far as the next 4 weeks go, the toughest game we have is this week at Minnesota, especially the way JJ McCarthy looked last week. But after that, we get Cleveland, the Jets, and the Bengals, which should all be, we're going to be heavy favorites in all of those games. So
do you guys think I've been hearing this a lot. Everyone seems to think like for us to win the division, get in the playoffs, we need to sweep both the Bengals and Pittsburgh. And I don't think that's true. I just don't believe
sweeping Pittsburgh would help because I think our best shot to get in the playoffs is to win the division. And Pittsburgh is the biggest obstacle. But yeah, I don't really necessarily think we need to sweep Cincy. And we'll lose to Flacco 100%.
I don't think we need to sweep either team. I don't think not either team. I don't think we need to sweep both teams to get in the playoffs for sure. After what I just said about the teams that are in front of us, and one of them is a division that's going to eat itself alive. And to be honest with you, the Bengals are always going to be frisky, guys. I mean, we saw the two Bengals games last year were both 30, 40 some points.
I mean, they're going to be putting up 40 for sure. We got to score.
I just like how matter of fact you were. You're like, we're totally going to lose to Flacco, 100%.
I mean, we 100% are going to lose one game to Flacco, right? Like, there's no way we're not.
Why is Joe Flacco our kryptonite? He used to be our. He was our knight in shining armor for a long time.
Knock on wood. I don't think we've lost to him yet. So, but he's never had horses like he does right now either.
Yeah. Well, he's also going to see us 3 times this year because he played us with Cleveland once, and he's going to play twice with Cincinnati. So twice in 3 weeks with Cincinnati. Play Cincy, Pittsburgh, Cincy.
Joey B's not due back till after the 15th of December. I think that's when it was.
I don't think he's playing this year.
When he's able to come back.
Yeah.
Would you even want
he's out of a boot. He's walking around all right. He's on the sidelines with no boot or anything like that. But I mean, it's that you guys know it's the turf toe. Who knows, right? It's kind of like all you have to do is rest and hope, and then when you start working out again, hopefully you don't aggravate it. So,
I mean, Deion Sanders still talks about how his turf toe hurts him to this day.
I mean, he had to get like half his foot amputated.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with this.
Well, it's
what Deion says is the turf toe injury he sustained when he was with the Niners. He still feels the pain in his foot.
But him and Ogden talks about it too.
Yeah.
Ogden said that if he wished he never fought back to come back that one year, whatever year it was, to play, and he did, and he feels like that's basically what ended his career earlier than it would have.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because it's the ligament in your big. I'm assuming your big toe.
It's that bottom ligament that connects basically like the bottom of your foot to your big toe. It's like right there, like the pad, like almost like the ball of your foot.
Yeah, if you walked on it, it would hurt. It would be excruciating, like every single step you took.
When you hear Deion talk about it, I mean, Deion's walking a sideline. He's not even trying to, exert energy and try to defend anybody. Yeah. So that's
I think I think Deion only has one big toe. I'm pretty sure the toe that he got removed on one of his feet was his big toe, at least one big toe.
Is that the blood clot? He had like blood clot issues.
Yeah, he's got like some intravenous disease that he's got going on, and he had it before the season again as well. Which he had like a really bad scare. That's what I think we talked about this. Like he never told Shador about it because he was in training camp, which I thought was cool of him.
Yeah,
I mean it was cool of him, but it's also like, hey, if something major happens, I would be kind of pissed if I'm Shador. Be like, hey, Dad, I want to be there for you.
But it was like it was around the combine. It was right around the combine time.
Yeah, maybe it was that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I respect it, but at the same time, if I'm Shador, I'd be like, Dad, fuck, you're my dad.
Yeah.
Fuck football, you're my dad. You know what I mean? So,
all right, let's get into
what was speaking of being dads. What was Banksy? What was Banksy for Halloween?
Banksy was he had a race car driver outfit, like a racing suit with a hat, and then he was between a bunch of different stuff he wanted to be. And he wanted to be a race car driver, but he also wanted to be, for whatever reason, he wanted to be like a monster truck. And I'm like, all right, how are we going to do this? So he basically had there's like this, Caitlin's mom, my mother-in-law, found at Marshall's like this, basically like what looks like a monster truck that goes over your shoulders and you're in the middle of it. And then got him a race car driver suit. It was an IndyCar driver because I had an IndyCar in the hat, so it had nothing to do with like monster trucks or anything like that. But combine the two, that's what he was. And then the night during,
so he's wearing a box. He's basically wearing a box.
Basically, yeah.
With the race car driver suit underneath it.
Yeah. So he wore that to school and during school, I guess, for a little while they did it there, and then at night he was like, "I'm sick of wearing this," so he just walked around in his race car driver suit to go trick or treating the whole time. Because I can see how that can be annoying. So,
do you guys have a favorite outfit you saw over the course of the Halloween weekend? I have mine, and it was worn by a mother. It was awesome.
I ended up having to wear my shark. That night to trick or treating because Banks came home and said he wanted me to wear it. So I couldn't get out. I wasn't getting out of it because he saw it on the floor. I was like, he goes, "Daddy, are you dressing up?" And I was like, I wasn't planning on it. He's like, "Well, your costume's right here." And I'm like, "Oh, damn it."
Good job, Banks. Well done.
I walked around my neighborhood with some moose knuckle all night.
Oh my god,
moose knuckle matrimony. That's your hashtag for your wedding.
That's what we need on Halloween.
Yeah, I saw a mom. A mom wore. We're old enough to remember this game show. It was called Press Your Luck.
Oh yeah,
it was the one that had the whammies. Mm-hmm. And there was a mom who wore kind of like what you were talking about with Banks's outfit. She wore like the podium, the contestants' podium around her. It had like, a dollar figure, and it had two whammies up like this. And then her husband and son were dressed as whammies. It was pretty cool. I like that one. That was my favorite.
What was one that I saw? There's one that I remember seeing that was really funny, but I can't remember what it was.
I saw three women dressed as three blind mice, and they walked around with canes and glasses, and like they would go to shake people's hands, would shake the other direction.
Yeah, I've seen that. There was a couple houses here that went all out. That was awesome.
You mean like
it was really
their
cool.
house?
Like, oh yeah, and they would sit out on the front porch and they'd sit out on the front porch and do the whole bit in their costume and everything. So it was really cool for the kids. Some of it was like a little too over the top for the younger ones because it actually scared them. But I mean, they fucking did it up.
I saw one guy go around as an Uber Eats driver. He just had a helmet on and like a motorized skateboard or whatever, and he would just go up to people and just show his phone.
That's funny.
He would just be like,
"Oh, there's a comedian that's based in Indianapolis. His name is Benedict. I don't know how to say his last name, Belizio or something like that." Mm-hmm. And he went around. I saw on his Instagram feed that he dressed up in a full football costume in a Mark Sanchez football uniform with blood right here.
Right.
Oh my god!
I was like, "That's awesome! You won Halloween."
I think he went great.
He ended up going viral or something, I'm sure. But
if only he had like a companion with him that's like an old dude with a fucking knife.
Jesus.
All right, Dusty, did you see any good?
Yeah, you got any good ones? I'm gonna make a drink real quick. I'll be right back.
Nothing like crazy. I saw some ones that made me laugh, but for the most part, it was pretty classic.
Standard stuff.
Yeah, they do at Secrets. They have a big costume contest every year, and people get like crazy in detail and spend hours and hours on their stuff. But I didn't go. I heard there was a couple crazy ones, but the funniest one I saw was just one of the bartenders at Cork Bar was a donkey. He had donkey ears and a shirt with like a big oval on his belly, and then he just had a little tail. And I didn't see the tail at first. I was like, "Oh, that's kind of lame." And then I saw the tail, and I was like, "That makes the costume so much better."
Speaking of donkeys, it's funny that you bring up a donkey. Been real into donkeys this week after I saw one on Instagram. If you get a chance at some point, look up Henry the Donkey on like Instagram or TikTok or something like that. And he is hysterical. Like he's like really loud. And I looked up, I was like, "Are donkeys good pets? And how expensive are they?" Apparently these things are super inexpensive. Like you can buy a donkey for like $800 and they're pretty cheap to keep up. Like, and they're as affectionate as a dog. And apparently they're super good pets. And I'm like, I want a fucking donkey.
What?
I'm sorry,
Brian
what?
Brian
What?
walked in at the right time.
Brooks is talking about getting a donkey.
I'm sorry.
I've been all about donkeys this week, dude. I've been all about donkeys this week.
What did I miss?
So this started like a little backstory. Dustin brought up like one of the bartenders at Cork Bar dressed up like a donkey, and I'm like, it's funny you bring up donkeys because like I said, whenever you get off of here, Brian, if this pops into your head like 2 days from now, I saw this donkey on Instagram or TikTok or something, whatever. If you're on Instagram, and if you like look up Henry the donkey, he came across my feed, and he's the funniest looking thing. So I started doing research, and like he's super loud, and he like does like the ee-haw, like super loud. Like it's funny as shit. And I'm like, I looked up on Google, like, are donkeys good pets? And they were like, yeah, they're super affectionate, like almost as affectionate as a dog. I'm like, how much is a donkey to buy? Like, you could buy a donkey for like $800.
What?
Yeah, they're cheap. And I was like, are donkeys super expensive to have as a pet in terms of the upkeep? And they're like, no, they're not. They're actually one of the cheapest ones to upkeep.
Look up Rufus the bull. Is it a Red Bull?
He comes out. So the lady comes out, who's like the owner, and goes, "Hey Henry, it's breakfast," or "Good morning, Henry," and you just hear him going,
I got him.
And he starts sprinting down like a dog running to you. It's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
He has 18 million views. 18 million.
Yeah.
It makes me want a donkey.
Where the hell would you keep a donkey? In Carmel, Indiana?
Got a fenced-in backyard.
You guys are something else. You guys are something else. A lot of people are something. You're something else. All right.
Anyway, that's my rant on
college.
donkeys this week.
Let's transition to college football.
Let's go to college football quickly. Texas beat Vandy in what I thought was an incredible game. Georgia ended up beating Florida, but I did say on the podcast last week, Florida was frisky, and they did cover, and they were honestly in that game most of the day. Ohio State took care of business against Penn State, rolled them. Indiana, by the way, Huckleberry, $5 bet. Indiana.
They started that game great, and then it was all downhill from there.
Kicked off Indiana.
You're right.
They good in the first half
play of the
first
game.
quarter, and then
First play of the game.
woo! And then so we have Ohio State, Indiana, and Texas A&M as the undefeateds at the top, and also BYU a little bit down the board.
Yeah,
BYU this week.
Fighting Boyles went down.
Yeah, they did 8-1, unfortunately. But we do have BYU is playing. Hold on, who are they playing again? They're playing Texas Tech this week, who's number 9 in the country. So it's 8 versus 9, 8-0 versus 8-1, and that'll be probably for the number 1 seed in that conference, right? Is that the Big 12? Is BYU in the Big 12 now?
I think BYU's independent.
Are they?
I think
They were for a while, but I thought they joined the conference, but I could be wrong.
this shit changes so much. I forget.
Yeah.
And it could be one of their one of their
hard.
sports teams, like Notre Dame had their basketball in ACC for a couple years.
Yeah, fair enough.
Miami went down again. I think they're probably about cooked as far as the playoffs go. But I mean, they've only lost 2 games. They could, I guess, potentially still come back and win the ACC and sneak in.
They've lost 2 of their last 3, right?
Did Clemson
Yes.
win? Did Clemson play Duke?
No, they lost.
I don't believe they won. No.
I can't believe these words are going to come out of my mouth.
I think they lost, and I think Dabo actually came out and said he wouldn't be surprised if he got fired. I believe I saw that. I could be wrong.
Okay. Because I was going to say that, can you imagine a Dabo Sweeney-less Clemson team after he won 2 national titles?
I can, because they've been so bad for like 5 years. Duke beat them 46-45. Clemson is now 3-5, 2-4 in the ACC, which is bad this year. That's just not good. Not good enough. I think their time has passed. It seems like in terms of Clemson being a powerhouse in college football. They are Big 12. Okay, so I was not wrong by that. Arkansas got hosed by the refs. Who did Arkansas play? I don't even know. Auburn fired Hugh Freeze after 2 years. He's getting another. His buyout's only $16 million, so not quite as crazy, but still $16 million for getting fired is not too bad of a consolation prize. Bama is number
$54 million.
Bama's number 4 in the country after early parts of the year. People were calling for Kalen DeBoer's head. Boar's head. Didn't mean to do that.
Ooh, like
nice.
that.
There you go. Caught yourself. I didn't even catch that.
I didn't catch that either, but damn, now I really want to. Now I want a sandwich.
I want to go to Southside Deli and get myself freaking Italian. All right, Alabama, Georgia, Oregon round out the rest of the top 5 there. Yeah, I mean, Maryland football has been a complete disaster for the last month, so it's not really even worth talking about.
Loxley's not going to have a job after this year.
Yeah.
So did you guys see, I mean, basically a ton of people got duped by this one account, including some of our guys.
Yeah.
Assuming some of our Huckleberries in, well, nobody really got duped in our Discord. I think Pigtown brought it up and we were all just, and I responded to him. I was like, yeah, but I don't think that's a credible source. And he was like, no, it's not. But I'm kind of hoping where there's smoke, there's fire, because I don't think Pigtown likes him very much. But I saw multiple people reporting that, and apparently it was like talked about on radio stations as well. Like he had gotten fired. So people took this one, whatever this account was. And I think he had a small following, like 5,000 followers. But a lot of people took it to heart from what he said, because he had like the whole breaking news, like it was a really good graphic and everything like that. And yeah, nobody got duped. Some people did get duped because apparently this was brought up on other shows that it and that's why it became a bigger deal than really what it was. It should have been a nothing, and then people were just like, no, he didn't get fired.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I do think he's probably gonna be gone at the end of the year, especially with a new AD. But shit, what was I gonna bring up about Maryland football? Oh, the our number 1 recruit going down to South Carolina for an official visit after we've already got him committed this weekend, and apparently they pay these guys to go on these official visits now. I had no idea. I just heard about this this week. Yeah.
What?
Apparently they pay him a few grand to go down on these official visits. And Loxley was like, yeah, why would I? Loxley said it in a press release or something I read. He's like, yeah, why would I blame him for going down there to make a couple bucks? Holy shit, is this true? Bro got paid $10K to go on a visit. And Loxley said, go make his money. I mean, I don't, what can you say to that?
There's a big beef between Maryland football and South Carolina football. I think we may have stole one of their recruits a few years ago.
Yeah, we did.
And since then, South Carolina football has apparently had a little bit of a, they don't like us very much. So I think they're doing anything they can to get under our skin. Now they're going to try to steal our recruits. It's a big internet, like online, like controversy that's been going on.
That is so random.
A couple years. I know it is. And I remember it's funny because one of my buddies, Nick,
Shane
stat
Beamer.
guy, Nick Vogt, who actually who comments in here all the time. He went to South Carolina and he was telling me about it last year, because I'm not really in like on the football dirt sheets. You know, if I went to South Carolina, I'd probably be a lot more into college football than I am, because I went to Maryland and we suck.
Fair.
But so I didn't know anything about it, but I specifically remember it from like a year ago. And now if you type in Maryland, South Carolina football on Google, it's like Maryland, South Carolina football rivalry heats up as Shane Beamer does, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's just so funny. It's so random. We never even play them, or, you know.
Who was the kid that we stole? I wonder.
I don't even remember. Who cares?
Oh,
this quarterback that's probably playing for us. What is it? Sauce Gardner? Gardner to the Colts? Holy shit.
No.
Is it true?
No way.
Is it true?
No way.
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner, yes.
Rappaport.
No, Sauce Gardner just signed him to a 4-year, $120 million extension this offseason. They had traded him for 2 first-round picks to the Jets. Wow. That's a blockbuster. Wow. Or sorry,
it's
from
a
the Jets.
Rappaport bomb.
That is, yeah.
Wow.
That's on Schefter and Rappaport. That is 100% locked in true, unless both of them got hacked at the same time. Holy shit. That's a blockbuster. That's
first,
crazy.
man.
He was the number
what was the deal? 4
overall
years,
pick,
you said?
4 years, 120 this offseason.
120.
So they're going to, I guess, take over that whole contract, I would imagine. Shit, Quentin Williams might be on the table. I didn't think Sauce was on the table at all.
I mean, you wouldn't think so after a brand new contract.
Wow.
I mean, what happened to Garrett Wilson? I mean, whoa.
Yeah, that's crazy. Jets to Colts. Wow, he moved up in the
world.
world.
Having a bad year or something?
Is Sauce having a bad year? I don't know.
Or
I haven't heard his name, but usually that's a good thing when it comes to DBs.
Or he's just displeased with the new regime there in New York. But I mean,
maybe he doesn't get along with
former defensive back. I mean,
maybe he doesn't get along with Aaron Glenn. But it seems like Sauce was pretty laid back though.
He's via PFF, which I know this is not the end all be all, but he's 21st out of 105 corners. So he's still in the the top echelon of corners. Yeah.
But 2 first guys, do you guys think that's a little much?
I mean, he was a number 4 overall pick when he got drafted. You're getting paid $30 million a year as a corner. I mean, I don't know. Two first for a corner is tough, but he's as talented as any corner in the league.
They must be pretty fucking confident in Daniel Jones staying there for a while.
I mean, look, they're fucking.
Why wouldn't they be? I mean, they're
winning.
I
don't disagree, but
yeah.
And for the Jets, you got to think about where are those first round picks going to be? They're going to be just the way the Colts are playing. They're going to be like late 20s in terms of the first round. It's not like you're getting like a 6th overall pick.
Yeah, it's
you got a quarterback who's actually performing on a very, very budget deal. I mean, the world's your oyster for the Colts right now, which is weird to say, but
yeah.
I mean, your highest paid player right now just got traded to you, and then your second highest paid player is a guard, and Quentin Nelson.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what the fallout of we'll see what the fallout of this is. But I don't know. I'm not upset with this as a Colts fan. I think this is probably a pretty good deal for both sides here. It seems that way.
I think 2 first rounders is a lot. I would be okay with I still would say like a first rounder and a second rounder would be iffy.
But the thing you have to remember is like the Colts are 7-2. They're 7-2 this year. They're assuming they're going to win 11 or 12 games this year, and if they do that, that first rounder this year is going to be at 25 to 32. You know what I mean? So
I guess
probably don't.
And I guess the flip side of this coin too. I guess if I'm in the Colts position, Ballard and was fighting for a job this year, and obviously it seems like he's going to be okay after the start that they've had. And their only competition this year right now is Jacksonville, who just went out and signed Jacoby Myers right before this.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? They go out and get
another
DB, right? I mean, it makes sense. I think the price tag was too high for the Colts, but I mean, to each their own. That's why I'm not a GM, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, look, Michael Parsons went for 2 first-round picks. What we got now?
Another one. Pigtown's got another one coming in.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Remember,
Rashid.
Jamal.
Sorry. It looks like Rashid Shaheed to the Seahawks. Yeah. Back with his old OC, Clint Kubiak. He has been traded to the Seattle Seahawks. Ian Rappaport. And so did Schefter just put it on here too. So that's happening. Saints are trading Rashid Shaheed to the Seahawks. Don't know what that means for Cooper Kupp. Their guy, Torrey Horton, who's a newer guy on their team, played pretty well last week, and JSN's been going crazy. Mm-hmm. But Cooper Kupp was out last week. He hasn't really done much at all anyway. So maybe they're just trying to get another deep threat in there. I really like Seattle's team, and I mean I think Shaheed's a versatile player, so I don't dislike that at all. Especially I would assume it's probably not going to be that much, maybe a 4th or 5th rounder.
Can't be that much.
Yeah,
2 first.
I like
picks.
that.
I want to go back to Jamal Adams. You remember he was a safety for the Jets.
He got 2 firsts.
3 first-round picks.
That was 3.
The Jets traded away 3 to Seattle, right, for him.
Yeah. No,
No,
Seattle
all the way
traded
around.
3.
All the way around.
Seattle traded 3 to get him, and then Seattle traded Russell Wilson for 3 first-round picks from Denver. So they got all first-round picks. I want my picks back, all of them.
Draft day. Draft day references.
Yeah. Why did anybody go to his birthday party? Why did anybody go to his birthday party?
You pancake eating motherfucker.
All right. While we're doing all these trades, we're gonna finish.
Man, when is the actual deadline? Is there an hour?
4 o'clock, I thought.
4 p.m. I think.
Yeah.
So
keep rolling in.
this story was super jarring when I saw it on ESPN earlier because it makes me feel super old. Alabama has suspended Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. indefinitely after he was arrested. Dre Kirkpatrick is a 36-year-old senior who played for the Bengals, played for Alabama from 2009 to 2011. I just looked it up earlier. His son is a sophomore at Alabama, 19 years old. And played all year last year with Alabama. Didn't know that. I was using Dre Kirkpatrick in college football games when I was like in high school. So
he was a great
when I saw that
for the
he had
Bengals.
I know when I saw that he had a son playing college football already, I was blown away. He's 36, but the kid is 19 years old, so I guess he had him young. And I just never know.
No, he did have him young. You don't have to guess.
Yeah,
my math is correct.
Yeah,
he did.
And then let's get into baseball because
this is
we have
probably
seen
the biggest stuff.
Yeah, we have
we
seen the end of the World Series and possibly one of the greatest World Series Game 7s I've ever seen. I mean, it's just it was an unbelievable couple weeks for baseball. Those last couple weeks of the playoffs, every game was fucking entertaining as shit. The Game 7 had everything. The last 4 innings of the Game 7, it felt like every single pitch mattered so much, and we got to see one of the great pitching performances in World Series history by Yoshinobu Yamamoto. We got to see probably one of the most heartbreaking losses I can imagine for a fan base in Toronto. I mean, thinking they probably thought they had this one several times in Game 6 and Game 7. So, I mean, just a brutal loss for Toronto. But what was your guys' biggest takeaway from the World Series, or whatever you want to talk about? Go ahead and bring it up. I'll throw something to you. What did you think about Yamamoto and how gutsy he was going out there and throwing almost 3 innings after throwing 95 pitches the night before and shove it?
One of the crazier performances I've seen while I have breath in my body. That was nuts. I could only think about 2 things. One, baseball won. Baseball, like the sport of baseball, won for that. I mean, it made America and Canada captivated by baseball.
Yeah. We got like 10 more million viewers than NBA did in their finals, which is huge.
Wow.
Huge. That's huge.
That's the Ohtani factor, dude.
Yeah. And I had to think of my buddy Andrew Jimmy George, who is a diehard Blue Jays fan. And I'm thinking about him, and I'm like, oh man, he's got to be destroyed. So, Andrew, I hope you're all right, dude. I guess maybe a third is I thought about Don Mattingly. Yeah, I wanted him to get a World Series so bad.
I say more.
I don't know why.
I feel bad for Don Mattingly.
Yeah. Don Mattingly's got some other news. He has just been added to the Contemporary Baseball Era Committee ballot, which features 12 people, 12 former players every year, and they have to get 75%, just like they do. But I think it's a smaller committee. Clemens and Bonds and Dale Murphy and a couple other guys are on it. Don Mattingly was a holdover from last year, so he's on it. The people who fell off this past year were Albert Bell, Rafael Palmeiro, and Kurt Schilling because they didn't get enough votes. And the people who joined as a result of those people leaving were Carlos Delgado, Jeff Kent, Gary Sheffield, and Fernando Valenzuela. Some of those guys will eventually be in the Hall of Fame. I would think by the time we're gone, Bonds and Clemens and all those guys will get in eventually, I would think, but maybe not. Who knows? But I thought this was really interesting.
Don Mattingly should be in the Hall of Fame. He should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, 299 career lifetime hitter. By the way, that would drive me insane. Being 299, one more hit, 300. But I mean, just won an MVP. I mean, Steve Garvey should be in the Hall of Fame. There are certain guys that should be in.
Delgado hit 475 homers. Like that guy was one of the best first basemen in the league in an era where Todd Helton was playing, where freaking Albert Pujols was playing, where Miguel Cabrera was playing, where Frank Thomas was playing. It's ridiculous.
Anyway, back to the World Series.
Yes.
I guess the question is this the best World Series you've seen in your lifetime?
Mine would be the Diamondbacks versus the Yankees, 2001.
Yeah, so
the one where I fell asleep, where Luis Gonzalez hit a little duck fart over Derek Jeter's head.
Yeah, so that came to mind, but I was a little too young for that. I was the two that really stood out to me were the Cleveland and Chicago Cubs one from 2016. Rajai Davis hitting that homer off Chapman, and they go into extras. And then the David Freese World Series, whatever that was. That was a 7-gamer against the Texas Rangers, I believe, and that was like 2011-ish.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Those are the two World Series that I can think of that were as memorable as this one. But I don't know. I mean, maybe it's recency bias, but those last few games and just the culmination of that 18-inning game, the game that Ohtani had in what was the first game or second game where he had 3 homers and got walked 100 times, like. And Yamamoto going out after he threw 94 pitches and then went out the next night and pitched 3 innings of shutout baseball to close the World Series against the hottest offense in the league. I don't know. It's crazy. Do you guys have any other ones that you wanted to mention?
No, those are the only two that the only two that can compare to it in my mind is the 2001. That's not too old for me. I still remember watching that.
I remember it, but I was young. I was like 6 years old. So
yeah, I mean, I was 12, 11, whatever it was. And I mean, that's like prime, like I'm in Little League, right? And have probably the prime for like my hatred for the Yankees is at an utmost after they've won 3 World Series right before that, right? So and then like you guys said, the 3 of us watched that together was the Rajai Davis Cubs.
Yeah, I remember where we were. We were at Lighthouse. I remember exactly where we were.
Crazy. That game was crazy.
It was nuts. And the bar
I remember where you were sitting. I remember exactly where you were sitting.
Me too. I mean, we always said we were always standing in the same spot over there, but I mean, at the same time, I just remember the bar being like packed, and it was all good baseball fans, and the bar was just going nuts.
And I remember there was a guy who was a Cubs fan. I forget his name. I want to say his last name was LaDuca, not the catcher, Paul LaDuca. The guy's name was LaDuca, and he's a massive Cubs fan. And he played like with the Cubs like theme song, like "Go Cubs Go" or whatever.
Yeah.
Before that home run got hit, and after the home run got hit, he went and watched the game or listened to the game from his car outside.
Dude, I texted the group the other night in that game 7. I think. Can you imagine being a fan of either one of these teams? And I mean, just your story there, like. Can you? I mean, I don't even know if I could watch it. He had to go out and listen to it in his car. Like I've had, like I would have an out of body experience if the Orioles were in a World Series Game 7 that looked like that. I mean,
I'd lose my shit.
I'd be miserable. I'd be in a porta potty somewhere.
I don't think I would be able to remember it because I would just be drinking like without knowing I'm I wouldn't even know I'm drinking. Yeah. I would just keep sipping and not know I'm sipping, and then all of a sudden I'm blacked out.
At a certain point, you just start drinking right out of the pitcher.
You're like drinking bleach.
You're just
Brooks. You're drinking bleach.
You're just so nervous and enthralled in the game. Like I've done this before. Like I'm watching certain games. Like you're so enthralled in the game, you just don't realize that you're drinking. You know what I mean? But like it has to. Somebody has to look at you and be like, "You're taking a sip every 4 seconds." Like you gotta stop.
Well, and that's it's funny because I did that when the Delman Young double, right? When we played the Tigers.
Yeah.
And I was in Hattiesburg, Mississippi working for General Dynamics. And I remember I was just drinking so much. I didn't even remember how much I drank. And then I remember when Delman Young hit the double, I slammed my hands down on a granite countertop in my Residence Inn hotel. And I thought I broke both my hands. I
was working for the Orioles at that time.
Yeah.
I was
in college That was the only game of the that 3 or 4 year run where we were in the playoffs that I didn't go to. Only home game, of course. But yeah, I remember I had like a paper due. I think that game was like a noon game, or maybe I had a paper due at like 4 or 5 o'clock, and I was like sitting there. And as soon as he hit the double, I ran out the house and got in my car and drove to the building and left my car on, ran into the building, dropped my homework off or the paper off in this office. And then I went back. And as soon as I got back is when Britain was going out for the ninth or whatever it was, or whoever was going out for the next inning. But it was going ape shit.
Just saw this where they're planning to release Sanusi Kane, which is, he's been a healthy scratch a ton too. So not. But they're releasing another
Michigan?
DB.
Michigan guy, maybe. He was like a 7th rounder a couple years ago, I think.
Another World Series that to go back to what we were talking about before, when Edgar Renteria hit the game-winning hit, when Jim Leland was the manager of the Marlins. I can't remember the year, 97?
97. They played Cleveland because that was like the Manny Ramirez Cleveland team, right?
It went off Jose Mesa. I remember Jose Mesa was the pitcher, and Edgar Renteria hit and Craig Counsell scored. Good God, Craig Counsell.
Oh man,
who are you guys rooting for in this World Series? I don't think we ever talked about this. We said who we thought would win, but were you guys rooting for anybody?
I was rooting for the Dodgers. I don't like Toronto.
I was rooting for the Blue Jays because of Don Mattingly.
Fair. I found myself like I was rooting for the Dodgers just because their group of guys is so hard not to root for. Like you can say what you want about the organization, whether you agree with what they do or disagree with what they do. Mm-hmm. The guys that they have on their team are like guys that you root for, right? I mean, I like 100%. All their guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, also it's like Toronto in our division. It's cool if our division wins it, but it's also like fucking Toronto wins one before us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like in my head, like during when I'm not watching the game, I was rooting for LA, but I found myself during the game rooting for Toronto kind of.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Like it was.
Isn't that funny? How that works?
It's weird how that works. So
until Jimenez put his hand out and tried to get hit by that pitch, right? I don't even blame him for that. I think any person who's held a bat, like it's instinct sometimes. You're just trying to get on base, especially in the World Series.
Is he trying to catch the ball?
Yeah.
This obviously solidifies Dave Roberts is going to get. He was already a Hall of Famer most likely for winning 2 World Series. Now he's got 3. Freddie Freeman is a stud. God, I love that guy.
He's got 4 rings now.
Yeah,
4.
Dave Roberts. Yeah, 1 as a player.
Dude, Dave Roberts has 4.
Yeah, because one with the Red Sox.
Yeah,
that
I guess so. That means Freddie has 3. Mookie has 4. He won one with Boston, and he's won 3 with the Dodgers, right?
Actually, I saw this on Instagram yesterday that he had 4 rings on.
How many did Kershaw have now? How many did he earn?
3. All coming at the end of his career.
It was crazy. He was warming up, by the way.
That was nuts. When I saw him in the bullpen, I'm like, oh no, this is how it's going to end? What?
Don't let him out. Do not let him pitch.
Keep that donkey in the barn. Going back to the donkeys.
Man,
I mean, it's going both. It's going both ways there. Like if you end your career on that, amazing. If you end your career on a loss, like tragic.
Oh man. I saw him in the bullpen. I'm like, oh no. Please don't do this.
All right. We talked about this in the group chat a little bit. What are your thoughts on this play with the bases loaded? It's getting a lot of criticism online right now with Ian Kiner-Falefa at third and bang play at the plate gets a guy. What's his name? Rojas. Yeah, Rojas at second base makes a great play. Throws him out at the plate, goes to review. And your guys' thoughts on this at all? Do you have any thoughts on this? Do you think something was done right, wrong, indifferent? Because it's a big talking point right now.
I understand that. I think it was done the appropriate way.
Yeah. I don't think it was like management malpractice or base running malpractice per se, but I think he could have been a little bit more aggressive. But obviously, hindsight's 20/20. I think what you said, Brooks, was correct, right? You're only getting doubled off if it's at the third baseman or if it's to his right. If you even hit a liner to his left, you're probably going to get back. So you're right. Is that a risk you take? Yes, probably. Especially, you're 90 feet away from winning the World Series. But I don't necessarily think that he was. I don't think it was terrible, but I don't think it was great. I think it could have gone differently for sure. I guess
you could really.
I don't have a
apart.
terribly crazy opinion on it.
Yeah.
Are we going to get
Brian,
demonetized if we show the play?
Probably, but I don't give a shit.
Oh
Dustin,
shit! AD Mitchell is in that trade for Sauce Gardner as well. By the way, Adonai Mitchell from Texas.
Okay.
He was a second round pick for the Colts 2 years ago.
Dusty, if you can pull that play up faster than I can. But Brian, do you know what I'm talking about here? Or do you need to see it?
I know exactly what you're talking about. But
thoughts? What are your thoughts on it as a previous coach as well?
It's hard. It's all instinct, and it's happening so damn fast that. But you're right. I mean, the ball's got to be on one side, and so pull the play up.
What are your thoughts on how they played it in terms of like? Should they have been more aggressive in terms of like your lead? Was his lead correct? Was that's all that like they're really
okay. I'll give you this. I'm glad you brought that up because his secondary lead, the advanced lead, your original lead happens, and then you have your primary lead. Then you have your secondary lead. His secondary lead is trash.
Okay,
but I think that was the whole. I think that was the whole issue, right? I think they wanted him flat-footed and not taking a secondary to save him from
what occurred
doubled off.
Yeah.
So as you can see, this is the situation. This is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman here, Miguel Rojas. You probably can't see my cursor.
So really, who gives a shit about the guy at second? That's never going to get doubled off.
Nobody cares. Yeah.
No.
That he's never going to get doubled off unless he does something absolutely asinine there. He just needs to stand there. The guy on first and the guy on third with relation to the third baseman and the first baseman, those are the two guys you got to worry about.
Correct. And look, the third baseman isn't even close enough to the bag to even worry about a pick.
He's at the cut. The cut.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that. So you can get a decent secondary lead, and he does not do that. That's the biggest problem with this entire play.
It's also Max Muncy, who's, if you're kind of Falefa, you pinch ran in this situation. So you're clearly you're probably more athletic dude than Max Muncy. Not trying to throw shade at Max Muncy, but like it's a thing. Can you beat this guy back to the base? You have to know that in your head when you're running the bases. So here's the problem. The first basically 4 seconds when the pitcher starts to deliver, this is the secondary lead. Just watch the base runner on third base here.
He's flat-footed.
He's flat-footed right now, and then when he goes, he doesn't get a secondary lead.
No, he doesn't even have a secondary.
Like half a step. So
this is what I wanted to bring up. This is what I wanted to bring up.
Lead, yeah.
I think this is what what the play was called from the dugout, right? I think the Schneider basically said like, hey, we're not getting doubled off no matter what. They just played it completely conservative. I don't want secondaries. I want you close enough to the bag where nothing is going to double you off, right? Mm-hmm. Which is fine. So he did everything correct if that's what the call was.
Yeah.
I don't disagree if that's what the call was.
Here's what's the problem. And I'm now that I'm watching it closer, I do have a problem. Look, he's in his windup. He's getting ready to release the ball.
He should be hopping.
Look how close he is to third base. I
mean, he should be hopping.
Before this even starts, what's the rule of thumb here when in this situation in 90% of the time when you're in this situation and you're the runner on third base and there's a guy pitching as your primary lead, what is your rule of thumb here?
As soon as his leg starts moving forward, you take a primary.
You take not only that, your lead is going to be the same amount as how far the third baseman is from the bag. So you're never going to get picked off. So he should at least be at the cut. At least be at the cut.
Yeah, so he should be. And look, he's out by a foot when we get there, and the cut is a couple feet away from where he is.
The only thing that we don't take into account here is what happens if the ball doesn't get hit. Then the catcher has the opportunity to back pick him.
Yeah.
if
But
your
same
secondary
same
is
thing
too aggressive.
applies if your secondary is too aggressive. But if like Brooks says, if you're just at the cut, you're just as far away from the base as Muncie, and you have to imagine that you can beat Muncie and the throw back to the base.
bag.
You would assume,
And you're coming back inside the line. The ball should never get to the bag. There's a whole different. There's a whole nother aspect to this, getting back to the bag as well. The ball, you should not be getting picked off anyway, because the ball should never get to that bag to be able to pick you off, because it's going to hit you. It should, at least that's how it should go.
It should go, because you have to go back to the bag and
inside the line.
When you go back to the bag, you go inside the line. That way the catcher can't really have a direct line.
Doesn't have a direct throw. Correct. So, where was I going with this? But you guys are correct as well. If you are doing a secondary in this league and you're doing some kind of a walk-in lead and you're trying to get your momentum going a little bit here without being too aggressive, I don't disagree with where he's at with his primary, because you don't want to get too aggressive, right? And you don't need to be, especially if you're playing it a little bit safe. But I do think, like, hindsight 2020, and we are Monday morning quarterbacking this a little bit. We're picking it apart a little bit. This wouldn't be an issue if it wasn't a bang, bang play at the plate. But these are the things where, like, inches matter at times. And again, going back to, if this was the play that was called, if this is what Schneider said, he did it correctly. But like you guys said, what Brian said, what Dusty said, if that's his primary, he's got to at least be taking a couple steps, getting his momentum going towards home plate. Because if there's a pass ball, you got to have something, right? You're just not going to have anything. And there's no way that you should be getting doubled off there. And you know what? If they are playing that conservative and there's a line drive down the third base line, you're going to get doubled off no matter what.
No matter what happens.
If a screaming line drive goes straight to the third baseman or takes the third baseman to his right at all, you're going to be
getting doubled off.
It's just going to happen. I'm sorry. It's bad luck. On the flip side of this, know who's hitting. You have a left-hander up. More than likely, he's not going to hit it down that line. The odds of him hitting a line drive right at him down that line are, probably less than 2%. Like
what my college baseball coach used to do. My head baseball coach would also coach third base. This is what he liked to do, and he would always, in that situation where you have the bases loaded, obviously not in the World Series, he would get as far down the line as he wanted the runner. Mm-hmm. So he would be there to basically be for lack of a better term, he's your co-pilot. Yeah, he's your co-pilot. He would get down the line, because they don't pay attention to those stupid fucking boxes they have on them.
Yeah, not
so
supposed
he would
to.
Get down the line. He would get down the line with you, and that way he had view of everything going on around. So that's where I think that's another mistake, and that's just going off base college baseball stuff that I have in my history. Look, it sucks. It just sucks. And I feel bad for Toronto.
And again, I don't know who's in the wrong here. I'm not going to sit here and say that IKF was wrong, because I don't know what was called by Schneider. And on the flip side, like, was that not called by Schneider and he just wasn't being aggressive? That's where I might have an issue. I just don't know. But there's a ton of people giving him. I mean, he's getting death threats now over this fucking play, which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
and we're Monday morning quarterbacking this over like a bang bang play. I get it. You can probably pick apart any single play in any single game and figure out a way that if you did this or you could have done that, like, stop. There's a whole ton of different reasons, different ways to skin a cat here. If this was the call, this was the call. But in my opinion, do I think it was the correct call? No, I think they should have been a little bit more aggressive, and I stated why, because I think you're getting doubled off no matter what in the situation. If there's a line drive to first, same thing. If there's a line drive to second base, I think you got plenty of time to get back to third. Because you're only going. It's not a contact play. It's not a contact play. If it's a contact play, you're going if the ball's hit no matter what. It's just a. It is what it sounds like. But also, this is a play where you're seeing if the ball's on the ground, you're going immediately. That's the contact play. But if the ball's anywhere in the air, a line driving up, you're freezing.
Yeah, you freeze on the line. It's what we always say: freeze on the line.
Freeze on the line and up. Yeah.
If it's fielded cleanly, the play is even close. Yeah, that's true. But it wasn't.
I agree.
It wasn't fielded cleanly. And plays like that happen all the time.
How about that? I mean, that's a dirty. I mean, that throw. How much pressure is?
Yeah. How about Miggy Rojas, the 9-hole hitter, making that huge play and then coming back and fucking and hitting the home run that ties it and sends it to extras too.
Yeah, I know you
also,
just pulled it up, but I just read it too. I agree with you here. This shouldn't be come down to one play either.
Yeah, it can't come down to one play. It's the World Series and it's Game 7, so it will.
And we're Monday morning quarterbacking a lead in a secondary here, so
but also
it should not have came down to that.
Yeah, like if you I mean, hopefully you'd like to. Yeah, we're trying to like teach baseball a little bit for people who don't watch it, or didn't play it quite as much as we did, and we're giving our opinions on what he should have done or what maybe we would have done in that situation differently. But I think
also
just to put a bow on it, the best.
The next play was that shot hit the left center where Pothead just comes out of nowhere,
just deck the left fielder and just like you're not.
I mean, what a fucking. I mean. Put your nuts on the line out there and say, I'm no matter what, I'm catching this ball is basically what he said, which I got to give a ton of credit for.
You looked at Kike's face and he's running back basically thinking he's going to try to make the Willie Mays catch. But if you looked at his face, and we've all had this face on as baseball players, like, like sometimes you're running for a fly ball and you're like, I have to get this. But in the back of your mind, you're just like, there's no fucking way.
A little bit of doubt.
There's just no way I'm catching this fucking ball. And I love that Pages basically saw that and was just like, fuck it. And he just shouldered him over and was like, I'm catching it. Like,
what a catch.
Like, I mean, that was great.
And for that to be the next play, like when he hit that ball, I was like, oh, that doesn't even matter. Yeah. None of this matters. He just won the game right there. Took the lead, whatever.
But just to put a bow on it, I love our buddy Barletta sent this and basically was like, if you're gonna get it's just a weird time if you're gonna call the play that way as far as like what the third baseman's doing running wise. It's just a weird time to get conservative with the game plan. Stay aggressive, and if you stay aggressive, you have a chance to win the World Series on that play. And once again, it doesn't come down to one play, like Pigtown said. It's so many different things could have happened. That ball in left field could have fallen, but it's just I don't know. It's just a mindset kind of thing, right?
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess I just like what Dustin said. I wanted to make a teaching point of it. I think it was a good play to have a teaching point on, especially with the amount of eyeballs on it. And I mean, unfortunately, there's a ton of negativity towards it right now and IKF, which sucks. But I mean,
that's stupid.
Like 99% of the time, like the rule of thumb is you're getting as much off the third base line as the third baseman's giving you. Obviously, what Brian said and what you guys said, you're doing your walk in secondary lead and you're coming back in fair territory. So that ball is not going to be a direct throw back to the base. Another thing that people were giving a bunch of flack on, they're like, why didn't he just run through home plate? Okay. I'm just never like they basically say, that never happens. That never happens. Right. Unless you're coming around on a double and you're flying around third and you're like, okay, and your guy's saying, stand up, you're good. You're coming in sliding. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, it's fast. I guess technically it's been determined that it's faster to run through the base, but I mean, especially at home plate, that's almost never happening.
No.
Yeah,
again, not unless your guy is behind home plate and you're coming around third and he's saying stay up. And you're probably coming in sliding no matter what.
Yeah. You got to make yourself as small as possible for that tag because the catcher has to make a play too, and it's much easier to tag a guy standing up than it is to tag a guy sliding
in that situation. But in this situation, it was a forced play, and that's why the criticism was. But it's also like, hey, his whole life he's sliding, and I can understand why.
Yeah,
it's natural instinct. It's just natural instinct. You're going to slide.
Yeah.
All right.
Baseball won. Yeah,
baseball
won. The
was
World
great,
Series was great.
And I really hope this doesn't turn into a disaster next year when they have the CBA stuff. But we'll see how that goes. As far as this offseason goes, we've had a lot of news in terms of big name players opting out of their contracts. We knew Bregman and Cody Bellinger were going to be opting out. We did not know until yesterday or today. Edwin Diaz has also opted out of his contract. Pete Alonso has opted out of his contract. Shota Imanaga for the Cubs has opted out of his contract.
The big one.
And that is the biggest one for as far as an Orioles fan. That seems like a very realistic target. and a
Go
very, very needed player in our
He's gonna get
rotation. That would be
paid.
unbelievable. He's definitely going to get paid, and he 100% deserves to.
Go get him.
But we've got we also have Brandon Woodruff, who declined his $20 million option for 2026.
Ooh, I didn't know that. That's a nice one too.
We have Michael
I didn't know that either.
Lorenzen, Lucas Giolito opted out of his option. So there's some pitchers out there for sure. And then Michael King and Robert Suarez, San Diego Padres, back into their bullpen. Both of those guys have opted out of their deals as well.
I would love
so quite a bit
I
of
would
pieces
love
out there. So just wanted to bring that up. We have a lot of really exciting possibilities as far as
I hear
Orioles
we have
fans.
another Suarez in our bullpen that might enjoy playing with that one.
Albert?
He's the brother of Robert.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
I was not aware of that. That's
Not aware of that either.
I didn't know our boy Albert had a freaking had a brother. Braves have.
I got 2 minutes left, guys.
Yeah, that's fine. We're wrapping up anyway. Braves have promoted their bench coach Walt Weiss to manager. Good for them. They have a new manager. I don't know anything about the guy other than I think he was the manager for the Rockies for a few years.
Didn't Walt Weiss used to live down the road from us?
I don't know.
Really?
I think there was a Walt Weiss at Coward Hall when I went there. Walt Weehouse. That's who it was.
I wonder if that's the
know.
same Walt Weiss.
Don't
Did he
know.
used to be in the Orioles organization? In all seriousness, I think our dad is friends with a Walt Weiss.
I don't know. He's 61 years old, so he's certainly been around. But
So I don't know if it's the same one, and I need to ask him.
all right, yeah. Last thing I wanted to talk about baseball wise is the finalists for the awards has come out as of yesterday. The 3 NL MVP names are Kyle Schwarber, Shohei Ohtani, and Juan Soto. Otani's like minus $4 million to win that. He's going to win the MVP, and he deserves to. Good for Schwarber and Soto for having great years, but it's Ohtani. You're not winning in a year Ohtani's playing his best. The American League a little bit closer. Cal Raleigh and Aaron Judge probably about 50-50, it seems like, on who thinks that who's going to win that award. And of course, Jose Ramirez slots in as the last finalist for MVP. He has come in the top 5 of the MVP voting every year of his career, it seems like. On the pitching side, we have Skubal, we have Crochet, and Hunter Brown. We kind of knew that all the way throughout the season. Those have been the 3 guys. I think Skubal should win. Crochet probably would be the guy to dethrone him otherwise. And then on the NL side, we have who do we have?
Skeens. You have
Skeens. Yeah, we have Skeens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Skeens.
we have Paul Skeens. So he's going to win. We don't even need to talk about that. I don't have any other stuff. I guess Yamamoto. It's Yamamoto, Skis, and Christopher Sanchez, who's the lefty for the Phillies.
Yeah.
And Yamamoto is not going to win this, but he has put his mark on this season.
Yeah.
And the 2 AL managers are Dan Wilson and John Snyder, Toronto and Seattle, probably deservedly so. The managers in the NL, Rob Thompson for Philly and Terry Francona.
You got to give. They said it there in the press conference today for Albernaz. I mean, you got to give Stephen Vogt some looks here. I mean, he made a huge comeback against Detroit.
Yeah. I think he did a great job. And what was his first or second year as a manager, right? I think it was his first.
At least the second.
Oh, was it a second? Anyway,
at least the second, because he was there last year as well.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean. He's been great. AL Rookie of the Year, Nick Kurtz is going to win that running away.
Yeah, run away. And then the NL Rookie of the Year, I don't know quite as well, but I know that Drake Baldwin dude for the Braves was supposed to be really, really good catcher. So I just wanted to point that out. I don't know when they're selecting it. I think it's soon, I would imagine. They just released the I know Brooks has got to run, so I'm going to be very quick with this. Given the contract we gave Basayo, what do we do with Adley Rutschman? Do we try to ship him?
A lot of people in MLB circles certainly think that we are going to try to ship him out, but I don't know, because I don't know if Basayo is the long-term catcher option. So I don't know. I think we need to definitely. If I'm in the Orioles front office, I'm not trying to get out of the Adley business right now, especially because you'd be selling as low as you possibly could on him if you were selling.
I don't think so either. It's also, I mean, just something to keep in mind here. They have 3 pretty good catchers down in the minors as well, and they drafted 2 last year. One was a golden spikes, but the the catcher of the year, from Coastal, and then the other guy from Notre Dame, but they moved him to outfield, I believe, right?
It had
Not
a
Notre
funny
Dame.
name.
Irish. His last name's Irish. He's from Auburn, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
The Buster Posey Award is the catcher of the year award. That's pretty cool.
Of course it is. We'll ship him to fucking San Francisco.
Yeah, Caden Bodine. That's our 3rd or 4th round pick, I believe.
So yeah. I mean, there's you're gonna wait for that market to heat a little bit back up for Adley if you're gonna do something with him. But I agree with Dusty. I don't think that they see Basayo as being the long-term catcher. But I mean, obviously, he's going to be somewhere with us. But
interesting. Durant, I assume Jaron Duran. Good for him getting a little extension. He's good. Good.
All right, boys, I gotta go. You guys finish up. One last thing I'll leave you with. Something cool's happening here before the season this year. We got the World Baseball Classic is back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is back, and we have horses are playing. All the horses are playing.
Yeah. I'm really excited for that.
When's
I
it
love
start?
the World Baseball Classic. It's usually like
January, somewhere in there. Right around when like pitchers and catchers report, I feel like, but I could be wrong about that. Anyway, I gotta go. I got a meeting at 1:30. It's 1:30 right now, so luckily it's only 10 minutes down the road. But yeah.
All right. See you,
dude.
March 6th is March 5th through 17th. Sorry, is where we're doing when we're doing the World Baseball Classic. So it'll end on St. Patrick's Day.
How about that? Cool. Oh wow.
I also saw the Balco founder, Victor Conte, which is the steroid scandal guy. He had passed away at 75 years old. Balco was a big name when I was a young kid.
It was like a shopping center.
Yeah.
Somewhere out like California.
Yeah. Balco
the 30.
We have another trade. It's not as big of a deal, but Joe Tryon-Shoyinka has been traded from the Browns defensive end to the Chicago Bears. It's a 6th and a 7th round swap, including the player. But those are the biggest things that have happened in sports today. And we've been going for 2 hours, guys, so we're going to be ready.
What happened to John Durant? Can someone explain this to me?
John Morant? He got suspended again for...
John Morant, what happened?
I don't know. He keeps getting suspended because he can't keep his mouth shut. He can't stop doing stupid shit. He was supposed to be the face of the league, I think, like 3 years ago. He looked like he was rising to superstardom, and then all that gun shit happened. And now he just can't seem to stay out of his own way.
Yeah.
So I haven't read too much on it, but I don't know. I don't have a high opinion on the guy.
I watched the Rushmore. I don't know if you watch these Rushmore things with Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley, and they a bunch of guys who pick like their best dunkers.
Oh yeah. I've seen like the clips of them, whatever. Yeah.
They do variations of like their Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks or this or whatever.
Yeah.
Best in-game dunkers. Reggie Miller put fucking Zach LaVine in there.
I saw that. Yeah. I mean, he is a great in-game dunker. He's not Dominique though.
They left Dr. J off the goddamn. You put Zach LaVine in over Dr. J.
I mean, I would probably. I mean, you'd have to put Dominique in there. You could consider Sean Kemp. Shaq. He wasn't like a flashy dunker, but he was a fucking powerful dunker.
Vince Carter.
He's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I'm putting
Blake
Dr.
Griffin.
J.
DeAndre Jordan.
Blake Griffin's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, happy Tuesday, November 4th. We will be back at you on Thursday. I have a golf tournament, Cisco golf tournament tomorrow down here in Ocean City, and it is going to be a little bit of a shit show. So I might be hungover on Thursday.
You're definitely going to be hungover. Where are you playing? Glen Riddle?
Yeah, Glen Riddle. 9 a.m. Registration, 10 a.m. shotgun tomorrow, and everything's free. I think you have to pay, beers are free, but you have to pay for liquor, which is fine. Not
Take your own.
worried about
Who
that
gives a
at all.
shit?
Yeah.
That's what we did yesterday.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun. Yeah, we'll be back here on Thursday. Like I said, I might be a little hungover, but usually those shows are a little bit more fun anyway.
They're a lot of fun.
How's your how comfortable is that shirt, Mr. Joe?
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a little baggy. little
Yeah.
baggy. All right.
I
Joe's
love
a little bit bigger than I am. But I like it.
All right. Joe, Laura, Antonio, Randy, Pigtown, we love you guys. Thank you guys
Love
for
you
getting
guys.
involved and hanging out with us all the time. We really appreciate you. And we will see you guys on Thursday. Cheers.
Cheers. See you, buddy.
Outros are weird.